Beis Hashem Pashas Pekudei Tov Shin Pei Daled. Chodesh Adar, Mishenichas Adar Marbin B'Simcha. So we have to find ways how to be happier. Marbin B'Simcha. Practically speaking, the strongest obstacle for simcha, for happiness, is expectations. When a person is expecting something to happen, expecting personal growth, it could be even ruchnius, whatever it is, success. So, and it doesn't happen, so it pulls down a person, makes a person sad, depressed. Now, many people throughout life learn how to handle that, but not necessarily that they start really being happy. They just figure it out that it doesn't make any sense that I should be so sad and I should walk around and everybody should know that I'm sad. So they push it. They go on in life. They try not to think about their dreams that didn't become true. They try to be busy, make themselves busy. Sometimes we try to focus on success stories, but it is what it is. That's not called being happy. Happy is the pshat that a person is be'emes, excited. Oh, so the question is that it is impossible for a person to be'emes be excited if he had desires and it didn't happen. He wasn't successful to get where he wanted to. You could tell the person try to be upbeat, try to look for something else, thank Hashem, and then slowly you're gonna maybe feel it. But be'emes to be excited is something that's an inner emotion. The person be'emes has to be excited. Now, if it didn't turn out the way he wanted to, then the person isn't excited. So how could you make him be excited? It's not something that's possible. It has to be superficial. It's something that's inside. So what does it mean that you tell a person that he should be besimcha? You could say that he should try to smile even though inside he's not happy. It must be there's a secret how a person could be happy from the inside. Then you could look at this question from a different perspective. Let's try to analyze it from a different angle, rather. From a different angle, but it's the same shaila, it's the same question. You see young people that are, a lot of times you find them excited, happy, upbeat. And as they get older, they calm down. That's like step number one. They're not like they were, And after they calm down, they are not so excited with life. And then they're just like trucking. Slowly. And it wouldn't make sense because the Rebbeinu Shalom created such a beautiful world, such a perfect world. And most people, as time goes on, things don't work out anymore the way that they were hoping and wishing. So when they were young, it was a perfect world. Perfect. Sometimes you have like a chassan. He's getting married now. He really believes when he says Shahakon Liya B'Dvoroi or Melech Ha'olam, like perfect. The colors of the sky, beautiful people. So everything is gorgeous. But how do people look 30, 40 years down the line when something got messed up and they're messed up in money? When it comes to children, they have a lot to say. Maybe they have some black hair and some white hair in their beard, according to the children, the ages. This one is the white hair, this one is the black hair. They have a lot of issues. Many issues. Like every guy is carrying a bag, like a secret bag. Sometimes people know, sometimes people don't know. But the Rebbeinu Shalom created a perfect world. Shouldn't it be that as people get older, they become more, they have much more life experience. They're smarter they don't do the same mistakes like they used to do. They should have a much more perfect life. They should be much, much more of a simcha. Instead of watching the young people that they don't know what's coming yet. They think they know what life is, all right. They'll figure out one day what life is really all about. But it's Hashem's beautiful world, which is supposed to be amazing. So what's the plan? So the emes is that this question is something that's supposed to help people remind themselves that maybe they are living life wrong. And if they would live life the right way, then life would be perfect. Instead of wondering how it's possible that Rebbeinu Shalom created a human being with millions and millions of nisim, which we know about. It doesn't make any sense, a little child that's born so perfect, with the organs, with inside and outside, even the fingers. You just watch a smooth fingers that a baby that's born. And the main areas in life, the main areas where a person gets older and wants to, what do they want? What is a person? Many people, they only want to be successful. They want to have enough money, maybe a little more than enough. Nice house. They want to have healthy children with beautiful nachas, and they should be successful and enjoy it. That's it. That's all they want. And it doesn't go. It didn't work out. In all these areas, a bunch of bumps, and it's a boo boo. Like it hurts. It's like, oh, it's not pleasant. It's like when you touch that area, it hurts. Their emotions when people bring it up because they feel like a failure. Many areas. So in the main areas in life, people go around thinking, saying, that's life, like with a heavy, heavy tune. That's life. Listen, it is what it is. Not much I can do about it. And then, when we're not busy with our problems, we see a different Metzias, a different reality. A reality that's you could go out of your mind from the perfectness of Hashem's Bria. So how does that add up? And like we mentioned, the answer is that we are not living the way we're supposed to. Our thought process is not straight. It's many times, it's going in the wrong direction. And that's why we're experiencing pain. If a person would learn how to live, and that's what Bitachon is all about, that's what the Torah is all about, a person slowly figures out the real way how to live, and then all these outside situations, outside of him, don't drag him down. Let's speak very technical. When a person is young, the reason why they're so excited is because they're still imagining that whatever they were hoping that it's going to happen, it's going to happen. It means they want to strike it rich. So it didn't happen yet, but it almost happened. He's in the middle of something. If it goes through, he doesn't want to talk, it should bring out in order, but if it goes through, then I can't even, big numbers. So now he's excited because he's in that dream. He's still believing it's going to happen one day. And that's in all areas in life. Money is only one of them. But when he gets older, and it didn't happen, so he's very, very, he doesn't know what to dream anymore. So it's very devastating. It's mamish is devastating. That's number one. But number two, it goes even deeper. When a person is young, how many areas of life do they have? They have friends, social, and a bit more than that. When they get older, and so many more areas in life have to be perfect, and it can't be, it could be, Hashem could make it perfect, but it isn't. For a very, very valid reason, Hashem didn't want it to be perfect, because that's what perfect is when it's not perfect, like we're going to get to B'emshech, B'siyata D'Shmaya. So what happens is, that if a person is tied up that he could only be happy if everything is working out. Then when they were young, so he had days that he was able to be very excited. But when he got older, and you have to have 150 tabs that are open, each and every one of them should be working out on the best, perfect. So what happens is, he doesn't stand a chance. A chain is only as strong as its weakest link, they say. So a mother is only as happy as the most unhappy child. You know what that means. Constantly, you're living all the children's lives in every stage of them, the teenager stage, and the little one, and the one that's newly married, not figuring it out yet, and you're experiencing all of that at once. So you can never enjoy life. Now, a mother is an example. But it's not only, but a mother many times feels that if I don't live my children's life, then they feel guilty. What am I, a stone or what? What do you mean? I have feelings. I feel bad for them. I feel bad for this one. I feel bad for that one. It's another example to this sugya that if a person continues to live that way, then what happens is they can't be b'simcha. They could fake it. They could be unbelievable copers and economy, true, which is very, very important. You could be a coper, you could keep on trucking, but it's not called being excited and happy. Being besimcha means that a person could be happy and excited regardless. Means while things are happening. And if you want to be able to be Marbin besimcha, we have to learn that trade. Because it doesn't make any sense otherwise. That the human being, the Yid, which is the most beautiful part of this Briyas HaOlam of the world, should walk around devastated most of the time. Even if they're only devastated because something spilled. Some chocolate syrup spilled all over the place. Now they're devastated because someone said something. And so on. Regular, mundane situations. It's down in a person's life. It can't be that a person should constantly be dependent on all those details, and only if everything works out they can be happy and excited. It wouldn't make any sense that Hashem should create such a Bria. So the answer, which we're inching up, Shailas Chacham Chatzi Tshuva, means we're already saying the answer while we're learning the question. So it must be that the system that Hashem created in this world was a system that a person should learn how to think, learn how to react, learn how to answer your thought process. Learning how to answer your thought process means the initial way of thinking and knowing how to answer it and switch it with the Torah way of thinking. We must learn how to do that. If not, then we're not alive. We're 20% alive. Sometimes I'm like, you're not alive. And what is that? So the number one is that a person makes a decision. The decision is, I don't want to continue being a person that my mood swings is something that I just go along like I'm sitting on the water and it's like a wave that I'm not in control. If the wave goes up, then my mood is excited. If it's the, what is it called? When the ocean, the tide, low tide, high tide. If it's down, then I'm in a bad mood. That's what happens to people if they don't work on themselves. That's what happens. You meet a person and he's all excited. Why is he excited? Something happened to him that drove him up. Someone told him a good news. He's in the middle of dreaming and he's like living the dream. It's so easy because you don't have to pay for it. So it's like all excited. He's like He's for sure that he just made a lot of money because he thought of an idea. So he's going along with it. But then once again, when there's low tide, it means when someone told you something that you didn't like. You saw something that got you, that triggered you. If a person doesn't work on themselves, then that's going to be their mood swings, and it's not going to be 50-50. Bechlal not. For sure not. Why? Because there's so many different areas in life, and they catch you by surprise, by total surprise. A person has to develop a mechanism, how they are in control, that even when a situation is thrown at you, it's true that the initial emotion, right away in the beginning, you feel like you're being pulled down, but you know what to tell yourself? Very clear messaging. Al pi Torah, what does the Torah say to this situation? What is the truth? Not how do I feel about it when the first time I see it. What's the emes? And when a person constantly reviews the truth and tries to say it again and again and think about it again and again and again, they internalize the concept of the Torah becomes one with the person. And then what happens is that the inner neshama of the person starts shining. Because the neshama of a person knows the truth, wants the truth, lives on being close to Hashem. It's inside, it's built into a person, that a person has the knowledge, the desire to be close to Hashem. It's built in. But we need to trigger it from the outside with mitzvahs, with learning Torah. And one of the ways to learn Torah is by a person fighting with their machshavas, fighting with their thought process that's wrong, and taking that out and replacing it, cut and paste, replacing it with the right thought process. And that's how a person could be'emes be ma'arva b'simcha. A person could be'emes be excited. Now let's talk some examples. Let's see our daily life. First, let's go back to what we started off the shir. The journey of a person in life. Young people versus people getting older and older. And things are not working out the way it was. So, when a person was young and they had their dream how their life is going to look and how their house is going to look, how the car is going to look, how the dream. So that's called being stuck. That's something that a person has to fight right in the beginning stages of it. That a person should say, I don't want to be a person that could only be happy if all these boxes are checked right the way I want it. Because if I'm going to constantly focus on it and try to make it happen, and in my mind, I'm going to tell myself, I wish that happens. If that happens, I'm going to be the luckiest person. I'm going to be the happiest person. People talk like that. People definitely think like that. The more you let yourself in to that pathway, to that kind of thought process, the person is doing such damage to themselves because they're making themselves be unhappy people. Because it's not going to be the way you dream. For sure not. Not even with 1% chance. Not even 0.1%. It's simple because for many reasons. First of all, look around, you'll see that Hashem doesn't do that. Hashem runs the world, and Hashem doesn't want people to have everything that they want and they desire, because that's a recipe for disaster. It's a recipe for gaiva. It's a recipe for a person to disconnect from Hashem. For many, many reasons, it's not good for a person to have everything exactly like he wants. So that's one reason. Before you dream and you're busy spending 30 years of your life trying to make it happen, your life is for sure not going to be like that. That you should be aware. But number two, even theoretically, if it could be like that, your dream is always drawing the picture with more color than the actual reality. It's always like that. Because when a person is dreaming about it, they only dream about the good parts of the story. The other parts of the story is just not, it's not there. It's deleted from the story. It means if a person is dreaming about a mansion like they're going to have the peace of mind. It's going to be gorgeous. Let's say they need to make a simcha. They have enough place. Even theoretically, if they get that mansion. But in the dreams, they don't have to take care of it. They don't have to maintain it. In the dreams, you don't have to maintain it. You also don't have to pay the bills. No taxes. The dreams, it comes without tax. It's tax free. In the dreams, you don't have to clean it for Pesach. It just goes on and on and on. Even if you get it exactly the way you want, you were never dreaming it that way. When a person is thinking about a trip to the Wild West, you're never thirsty in the dream. You're not hot. You're never tired. So when a person is dreaming, and a person is thinking to themselves that if I could just have that, wow, that's really going to be like amazing. What are you doing to yourself? You are just, what you're doing to yourself is, you're creating a situation to be let down. For sure. So that's the wrong way. Back to a person's journey in life. When a person's thinking about his future, the future of a person, people constantly think about the future. Because it's not like they're imagining exciting trip. They're thinking about tachlis. They're thinking about what's going to be and how they want to look like. And especially, we are so invested in thinking about our future because that's what we do all day. Meaning, if a person has this idea where he wants to go July, August, it could be that's replaying in their mind. But they have to go to the office and take care of work. So they can only dream when they're not doing anything. They say this Hotline Rebbe, the Berach Moshe, the father of this Hotline Rebbe is from today. Someone came to him and he told him that he has a idea how to be Megayer. What's that word? To become Yidden. Yeah, convert to Yiddish. All the goyim in Puerto Rico, he has a piece of mahalach. So he told him they should go speak to this and that person. Someone was a busy asking, so they asked him, "What could he help?" He says, "I guess you don't have a job. He could find you a job. If you're busy dreaming, I'll get you someone that can get you a job, and you'll be invested." Very, very simple. So back to what we were saying, when a person is thinking about something like that, he wishes a certain idea, that is only from time to time. But when a person is imagining the future, thinking about their future, that's what they do all day. If they're investing money and time and effort in their children, so they're thinking about their children. If the children don't end up like they wanted to, they had a different image of how the children are going to look. So it's heartbreaking. Why? Because they weren't just dreaming about it. They put their whole life into it. The same is when a person is invested in trying to earn money. That's what they're doing all day. So when you're telling me that I shouldn't be dreaming, so right away what the person answers themselves is, so I shouldn't go to work? In the mind, the person's connecting. No, go to work. No, so, but if I'm going to work, I want to strike it rich. I want to do deals. I don't want to be busy. I don't want to be busy just making $1, another dollar, whatever it is. Al Caponim, that's the challenge. That's a very big challenge. That it's be'emes a challenge that a person should figure out. So what do I want? So what am I dreaming about? If you could figure that out, you could be happy. If you can't figure that out, then try to figure it out. Now, be'emes, if a person is busy thinking about how they want things should look, constantly imagining, I want to get to that step and the next step, the person is not alive. Because even, just going to say the example that I said earlier, but with another with the ruchni is the aspect that's important. Let's say a person is invested, he wants to have good kids. Beautiful. It's so beautiful, no? They're telling themselves, I don't need a nice car. I want to have good kids. They're be'emes, they have money, they pay for tutors, they want the child should grow. They give up their free time to be with the children, family time. So first of all, they're doing something that's a mitzvah, they're doing something that's beautiful, but that's for sure. It's supposed to be like that. But here's the big difference. Even if you end up having good kids, there's a mistake that people think that if they're going to have that type of children, then they're going to be besimcha. It's not like that. Because you don't think 24 hours about your children. So even if you are invested in a desire and you're working towards a goal, that's a beautiful goal, which Hashem wants that goal, you're still a shtickle wrong when it comes to learning the recipe how to be besimcha. You're still wrong. Because there's a big difference in what's a person's focus in life, what a person and what he feels is more important, what's less important, priorities. That when you talk about priorities, then the person is 100% right. His priorities is his children and not his car. That's beautiful. It should be like that, with no strings attached. It's just like the way we're saying it. Gorgeous. But when it comes to the topic of being happy, if you tell yourself that if I have good children, I'm going to be the luckiest person, you're wrong. You're very, very wrong. Why? Because even back to all the detail, all the proton we mentioned earlier. First of all, there's a big cheshbon. And if a person has a large family, and you have your way you want this child to look, another child to look, you're off. And Hashem has cheshbonis, and that's one. And number two, Hashem, like we said earlier, doesn't want you to have it exactly the way you want, because it's not going to bring you to a good place. Humbleness and knowing that you need to come on to Hashem. That's number two. But number three is that, like we said earlier, theoretically, even if all the children turn out the way you want, the fact that you're imagining that when that's going to happen, you're going to be the happiest person, wrong. Because it comes with strings attached, even if like everything, like we said earlier, like maintaining the big mansion, it comes having a large family and having nachas comes along with many issues that come up, and 99% of your day you're busy with technicals. And when you're going to be busy with technicals, waiting for that moment, and still waiting for that moment, and waiting for that moment, you're spending your life not living. You're not excited, you're not happy. So that's also not a mahalach when it comes to simcha. It is a mahalach when you want to be invested in the priorities. That of course. But we're talking about how a person makes themselves happy. What does the Torah say? A person could only be happy if they are disconnected from results. That's Aleph base. You can't be happy if you're tying yourself with strings. If that result happens, that's when I'm going to be happy. If it doesn't happen, I'm happy. Of course, a person enjoys the result that they want. The results came back from the doctor. They're all excited. And if it's not, then it's hard for them. They invested, and then they look 2 years later to see if they earned money, if they lost money. There's results the whole time, and it definitely has an effect on our emotional state. But the question is, do you stay with that effect? Do you let yourself be dragged along that if that's what happened, then I'm down? And if the result is the way I want it, then I'm all excited. Then a person lives like a yo-yo. And most of the time, there's always one or two things that are not going the way it's supposed to. So forget about results. The Rebbeinu Shalom planted planted in a person the koyach to be able to be excited and happy with their existence. with the koyach that they could serve Hashem the way they are, in the place that they are, in the level that they are. I could right now say, Amen Yesh Meir Abba, happiest person in the world. All the rest is extra credit, but they learn, they train their mind how to be excited and happy, not looking constantly at results. And there's a few parts to it. Number one, the essence of a person. I'm a Yid. What does it mean? A person has to review the machshavas, and it should become a person has to get to a place that they understand it deeper. Because if you don't understand it deeper, then you stay with a 5-year-old understanding, with a 10-year-old understanding. Such a chaval. They're excited with that, who they are, the chshivas that they are, and a person has to learn about it, understand that the whole bria was. I should be able to say this and this sentence out of my mouth, that I thank you, Hashem, for that I'm alive. A little bit more in detail, the Sforim explain that the whole tachlis of the B'riyas Ha'olam was that Hashem wanted that in this materialistic world where everything looks like that you don't see Hashem, we should be able. It should become like see-through. We should be able to see Hashem through the lens of this world. In the Sforim, it's explained, Hisa'ave HaKadosh Baruch Hu la'asas le'dira b'tachtonim. Hashem had a desire that He wants to be here, present. When a person remembers Hashem, when a person does something because they remember that Hashem is here, they're doing the tachlis of this world. They just did something, that's the reason why the whole world was created. The more they think about the tachlis of the world, the more they think what they want, why am I here for? Why am I here? And they could say, Omen Yesh Meir Abba. They could do a chesed to another Yid. They could keep Shabbos. They're excited. The rest is extra credit. Why? Because that's what I'm here for. I'm not here to be successful. I'm not here that the around and around to work out. That's after the tachas. I'm here for that reason. We say it in Kriyas Shema. The Rebbe Melech in his Zettel Cotton, where he mentions the points that a person should always remember, starts off that the main focus of a person's life should be that's what I want to do. I want to bring the world to a better state, so people in this world should see that there's a creator. That's what I want to do. And by me being Mekayim mitzvahs, putting on tefillin, talking about Hashem, thinking about Hashem, I'm making that happen. That's what I want to do here. That's my main goal in life.
Also, on this, we don't have to wait to see the results, correct?
There's no results. It's immediately.
People should see that Hashem in the world. I don't always see the results that people see that happen.
No, very important. Very, very important. Even in this area, a person's not waiting to see the feedback. The person's not waiting to see the feedback. The person is excited that that's what they're busy with. I'm excited that I said Omen Yesh Meir Abba. I don't have to see the outcome. Before I became a Magad years and years ago, before for little boys, Bochrim, the 14-year-old Bochrim. So I went to an older Magad Shir. He was like for 30 years a Rebbe for 14-year-old boys. And I asked him, beginners. So I remember one sentence he said. All the rest I don't remember. After he was talking about how to convey the information, he said, but I want to tell you one thing. If you find yourself, he said it in a different word, but I'll say it in English, I'll say it like that. If you find yourself killing yourself, sweating, trying to explain a tosfos to a boy, go home and thank Hashem that's what you're busy with. Meaning, the point is not if the boy understood the Tosfos. Thank Hashem. What was I busy with today? And it's something, it's so important that you brought it out. A person comes at night and says, what was I busy with today? Helping another eat. I was busy today trying to do such a good zachen. That's what I was busy with. Thank you, Hashem. It's very powerful. It's very, very powerful. The Rambam in Hilchos Tshuva says that that's the be'emes of pshat, and we have to constantly review this yisoid. We mentioned it in the earlier B'tachon Shurim, but again, it says in Shema that if a person is Mekayim mitzvahs and all that, what happens is that they're going to have grass, the behemoths, your cattle, they're going to have what to eat. And it's a little bit interesting. That's the extent of schar. That's the prize for being a yid 24 hours, that the fields are going to have some Esav besod chalav. Come on. It should say Olam Haba. I don't know what it should say, but it sounds like a prize that they would maybe give by Ovas Abonim for the little boys. So the Rambam explains it. It's in Hilchos Tshuva Perek Tes, Halacha Aleph. The Rambam says he didn't understand what it says. The main schar is that Hashem says if you are invested your life, you're busy doing good things, you know what the prize is going to be? I'm going to take care of all your needs, that you shouldn't have to be busy with it. Benasati Eisa Besotcha means that you don't have to be busy. Also, Reb Shimon Bar Yochai says, meaning, I'm going to give you the schar that 24 hours you can be busy doing what you're supposed to be busy with. That's the biggest schar. You know why? Because that's called being alive. Because I'm going to give you life. Because if a person can't live, because they're constantly running to the bank, missing, they came a minute late, they're constantly arguing with people that they gypped them off. They're busy investing 2 years of their life to sue someone. You're wasting your life. Even if a person is right, and if a person in the end made some money, but what were you busy with? Sometimes a person feels so empty. What was I busy with the whole day? Shtusim. That's sad. Back to what you were saying, when a person is trying to be excited and happy, they're excited and happy that I could be alive. That means if you have a mother that's busy with her children, we said earlier the example, she's busy, every child with her up to, this child is a little bit sad, a lot sad, monitoring, the censoring, they're busy so that they can't be excited. But if a person thinks, what am I busy with? I was zoiche today to take care of children. I was zoiche to cook fish for Shabbos. I was zoiche, that's what I was busy with. What do you mean? From all the people in the world that are busy doing things that don't really have a meaning, I did something that has a very, very big, very strong meaning. I had a schus to put my effort and energy in something that's bringing Hashem into this world. I don't have to see it. It's a fact that if I tried, I brought Hashem to this world. Fartik. That makes a person besimcha. Besides that, a person could look back and see how many Torahs Hashem did. Without expecting, but look back, doesn't make any sense. Took care of me, brought me to this place. And, of course, part of it is how much Torah mitzvahs the Eibishter gave a person opportunity. What you did learn, what you were, matzliach. All of the above is supposed to be the thought process that I'm not busy, I'm not interested with my dreams. What I want to do is, I want to shift to Beveis Hashem Kol Yamei Chaya. That means, what I want to do is bring Hashem's name into this world. How? Whichever way Hashem decides for me. If Hashem decides I should bring Hashem into this world by learning all day, so the Eibishter made such a decision. If Hashem said, no, I want you to bring Hashem into this world by being honest at work. I want you to bring Hashem's name into this world by taking care of little children. That's why a person's here for. So if Hashem picked that, so I'm excited because every time I do it, that's how I'm serving Hashem. A person's laying in bed sick and can't move. That's how to bring Hashem's name into this world. By being makabel ba'ahava. By being makabel that situation ba'ahava. So when a person is chapping that, and a person is saying, look how much tov Hashem did for me. Not only what am I busy with, look back. How much opportunity, how much tov I have. The more a person gets busy with that, what's supposed to happen is that situations that come up doesn't take him over emotionally so strong. It doesn't drive them crazy. Why? Because it didn't happen. It means imagine a person that's he has a lot of money. Listen to this example. He has a lot of money. Someone told him there's a property. It might be a property you could earn a lot of money. So he started verifying. He gave in his bid. How much is his offer? He gave in his offer. He's busy at the same time with 15, 16 other projects. He has his business. But he figured, put in his money, he gave in his offer. He got a phone call 2 months later. They didn't accept your offer, somebody else got it. How long does it take him to get over it? Usually a minute. First second, okay. Why? Because he has some different projects. And emotionally, he didn't tie himself up that if I get it, I'm the luckiest person. If I'm not, then that's not what happened originally. The same is when a person gets deliberately excited to do the right, from saying brachas, from their tasks that they do, what Hashem prepared for them, taking care of the family, taking care of whatever Hashem gave them, and they're doing it right, and they know they're bringing Hashem's name into this world by doing whatever they're doing. What happens is that when the phone call comes, the principal of your child is on the phone. The eggs just shattered all over the floor right before Shabbos. If that's not 100% of your emotion, it's only 1%. Say that. You could just continue on. It takes a minute to get over it. But if a person is right now preparing the house because all sister-in-laws are coming in out for Kabbalah Shabbos, and they worked for 7 hours to make it clean, and everything is about how clean it is, and they're going to take the kids, all the sister-in-laws on a tour, and then the eggs shattered all over the place. Good luck. It's constantly in life. It's not. In life, Hashem is expecting us by davening and by constantly reading by Torah, which doesn't only mean when you're sitting by the Gemara. It also means when a person is constantly putting the right machshavas in. Again and again. A person has to have it on the fridge. This is the machshav I want to think. I want to bring Hashem's name into this world. What's the tasks Hashem gave me? How to do that? Taking care of children. Making food for a yeshiva, sending a package to a person in Eretz Yisrael, whatever it is. This is the task that I got for the big goal. And a person is, by doing it, you're getting to your tachlis. And that could bring a person to simcha. Marbin simcha means work on it. Get to work. Okay.